Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy winning Wednesday. NAR has been found guilty. They have been found guilty, guys. Let's talk about this. I'm going to wait for a few of you to jump on live. Let me see if I can get enough folks on. If you're jumping on, make sure to comment below, say hi. Let me know where you're joining from, what part of the country you are in. Let's see. Let me turn this down. All right. If you're joining us, NAR guys was found guilty. This has been big news all day today. So, and I have definitely been kind of keeping an eye on this and doing some research, all that good stuff. So, I want to talk about this. So, let me pull this up. If you're jumping on, say hi. If you can see my screen, we got Daryl, Nikki. Hey. How you guys doing? Yolanda, Arnitra, thank you guys for joining. Where are you joining from? Where are you located here in the United States? Or maybe you may be abroad. So top news, right? Top news today. If you go to Google, this is what you're going to find. Top stories. Realtors find liable in inflating commissions. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit and just kind of what I have researched and just kind of, having conversations with other veteran realtors and brokers in the business today, really what this means, right? So, hey, we got McKinney, we got Atlanta. Hey, good evening, Allen, Texas. All right, Virginia's in the house. All right, guys. Hey, Terry. All right, guys, thank you so much. So let's talk about this, right? And really what I did, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. I went to chat. I found a good article, and I went to Chat GPT, and I asked Chat GPT to summarize this article and to really break it down. So, if you guys are not using AI, this is a great way to do that. So, if you don't have time to filter through, or you really want it to simplify, you can do this, and I encourage you to do it. Right, to simplify what this means. So, I'm going to go back to the screen here. Let me stop share. Hey, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate that. We got New Orleans in the house. All right now. So have you guys been keeping up with this as far as what's going on? If you have, say yes. If you're familiar with all this that's going on, say yes. If not, say no. So we're going to talk about it. All right. So this was this. Okay. So let's break this down. Now, I'm going to read the breakdown. So, and then we'll talk about it. All right. So that's what we'll do. This is going to be a summary. So, again, if you're jumping on, hey, appreciate you. So, a recent verdict, all right, in Kansas City has sent shockwaves through the real estate industry, finding that the National Association Realtors, NAR, Home Services of America, and Keller Williams is guilty of conspiring to maintain high commission rates via NAR's clear corporation rule. All right. The case known as the Stitzer Brunette Buyer Broker Commission lawsuit carries substantial financial implications. So the defendants, all right, they have been ordered to pay $1.78 billion in damages with potential damages that could result in a staggering $5.36 billion. All right. So y'all follow me. We're going to talk about this. And I would love for anybody that's been following this to comment. All right. The jury's decision followed over 2 weeks of testimonies from the plaintiffs who were home sellers and the defendants. The plaintiffs, led by attorney Michael Ketchmark, and if I'm butchering some of these names, my apologies, argued that despite having antitrust rules in place, that the NAR, the National Association of Realtors, and the brokerages knowingly violated their own rules to sustain high commission rates. It says the next pivotal step in this case lies with Judge Stephen Bowe, who has the authority to issue a final judgment. In the worst case scenario, for the defendants, he could impose a nationwide ban on the cooperative compensation rule that's in place with NAR, which would prevent the setting of buyer agent commission rates and the sharing of commissions with buyer agents. All right, we're going to break this down. So alternately, he may retain parts of the rule while requiring a minimum cooperative compensation offer in the MLS field on the MLS. The case initially included Remax and Anywhere as defendants, but both reached settlements in September, setting them apart from the recent verdict. In response to the jury's decision, NAR, Keller Williams, and Home Services have expressed their intent to appeal the ruling. Okay. So the NAR remains committed to advocating for home ownership and consumer interest. This verdict marks a turning point. It marks a turning point in the real estate industry, and it does, with far-reaching consequences and potential ripple effects as it challenges long-standing practices and regulations. The case's resolution is likely to take several years, okay? Meaning that change ain't gonna happen tomorrow, not 6 months from now, maybe not even a year from now, but take several years because of the appealing process. And what that means, the attorneys, baby, these attorneys making millions, right? So they gonna keep going with it, right? So the case's resolution is likely to take several years, leaving the real estate market in a state of uncertainty as stakeholders await Judge Bowe's final judgment. The evolving nature of this breaking news story underscores its significance in the real estate world. So that's kind of like just a breakdown. Um, and I would love you guys' thoughts that's been following this. Daryl says she's going live. Right? Okay. So, hey, Jenna, what's going on? Thanks for jumping on. Tanya, hey. So, what do you guys think about that? And just to break this down even more, got my notes here. So, in a nutshell, the judge ruled in favor of the plaintiff. All right. So the home sellers, right? Saying that the real estate brokerages, agents, as well as NAR did in fact conspire to price fixing. So I'm simplifying it. You can look this up, and I encourage you guys, look this up online, research it, so you'll have a better understanding of this as well. Regardless of the merits of the case, this is where we are right now. So that's where they stand. Is anything changing right now? Again, no, but it does impact the real estate industry for sure. So they are going to appeal. So they have already stated that they're going to appeal this. So again, it's just going to continue to just kind of go for however long it's going to go. Now, in some states, and I'm interested to know for those of you all that are in different states, there have been some changes within the MLS already, allowing agents to put 0% for the buyer's commissions. Is there anyone that's seeing that right now? I would be really interested to know that. Comment in the comments. Let us know below in the comments if you're already seeing that in the MLS. So, but what does that mean? What does that mean for us as the agents right now? It means for us to, number one, continue to do what we're doing in a nutshell. So for those of us agents, brokers that are being productive, that's getting business, you make adjustments, right? That's what we do. So as entrepreneurs, as there's changes in our industry, just like when you work for corporate America, when I worked for corporate America years ago, when the company announced that they were going to make some changes, we had to do some additional trainings or we couldn't get promoted. It's the same thing, right? But it's just our particular industry that's being impacted. Now, one of the things that we're doing is Carla is already ironing out a new script. In the event when she talks to a seller, to a homeowner that's knowledgeable and kind of up on everything that's kind of going on right now, and they say that they don't want to pay a buyer's agent, well, when you think about it, they don't pay buyer's agents. It comes out of our commission, right? The listing agent's commission. So being able to have a different conversation with homeowners that may be up to speed and bring this up is what's going to differentiate those agents that are knowledgeable and that can have those conversations with those sellers to say, hey, listen, now you don't have to pay them. It's coming out of my commission. So, and I think a lot of the problem is it even states it on the HUD right now, right? So there's things that have to be worked out. But as far as us doing business, it's adapting to those changes. It's having different conversations, if you will, with sellers, especially those that may be knowledgeable about this, to be able to still do business and get paid. Okay. All right. We got some folks. I think that the buyers may have to pay the buyer's agent or negotiate with the seller. The purchase agreement will need to reflect that. Yep. That's true. It's a good point. Who's that? Thank you so much for contributing and sharing that. Who's that? The name will come up. Hey, Yolanda, thanks for jumping on. All right. So we got someone else. Number one, the seller could have rejected the buyer's offer or offered lower BAC or none, buyer's agent commission or none. The deal may have collapsed, so there's clear agreement there unless deception was involved. Two, the commissions are negotiable and always have been. Yep. They were as low as $500 for buyer's agents before the interest rate hikes. Three, attorneys will sue a dog if it has money or insurance to pay a judgment. Yep. Four, what is the political orientation or the judge of the judge's disposition towards realtors and investors? That's go. Yeah, that's very interesting that you shared that. Man, I can't see y'all's name. Very interesting that you shared that. Good points. So again, it's a matter of conversation and having different, conversations that you have with these sellers now. Now, are there going to be changes? Absolutely. So there's already changes now, right? But again, it's all about having and being knowledgeable and having these conversations so that you can still get paid. And you can, and you will. Now, there's a lot of buyers. This is also going to force a lot of agents that may be representing buyers to say, you know what? Let me go ahead and do what I got to do to get more listings. That's going to force some of you guys to start focusing on how to get more listings so you don't even have to worry about it. You don't even have to worry about not getting paid if that's the case. But again, it just depends on how you position yourself and how you add value and how you educate the sellers when you go on those listing appointments, especially if they bring this up. But those are really good points for those of you that shared. I appreciate you for contributing. Let's see. Somebody else said it'll boil down to county by county, like the COVID restrictions did. I'll stay out of Dallas then. Okay, that's Daryl. Hey, Daryl. So funny. Funny. So what do you guys' thoughts? What are you guys' thoughts on this? So anyone else? Now, if you're saying, Lo, I need to kind of get more information about it, I totally understand, right? Is it something to be concerned about? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, there's always changes that's happening, and it's gonna happen. It's a part of our industry. It's a part of life, right? So what you have to do is educate yourself. Educate yourself and be knowledgeable about how you're able to negotiate and communicate. That's really what it all boils down to, guys. I don't think it's anything to be scared of because there's always going to be changes. Now, as far as these attorneys going after these bigger brokerages, you know why they're going after the bigger brokerages? Because they have money. That's why. So, and that's why I believe it's going to continue to be kicked down the road. This whole thing is just going to continue to go on and on for several years, however long it's going to go on until it's not, until they make permanent changes and adjustments. Who knows? But now we do know. And for sellers or homeowners that's thinking about selling, that's paying attention to the news and what's going on, right? They're going to bring it up. They're going to bring it up. When you go on their listing appointment, they're going to start bringing it up. So, but what are you going to say, right? How are you going to position yourself to be able to get the business and also still get paid and make sure that whoever brings the buyer gets paid as well? Now, will you get the full 6%? Possibly not. I mean, we haven't, a lot of times on deals now in this market, right? Because it is competitive. Because you do have people to say, you know what, I can go to this other realtor here. I don't have to pay 6%. I can pay 5%. So do you have to discount? Yeah, you have to discount anyway. Who doesn't take a discount, a point off or two to get the deal or to keep the listing, right? We all done it. And if you haven't, then obviously you don't need the business, and that's okay, right? But you're going to have to do it anyway. But the key is being able to educate yourself and to communicate effectively with your prospects so that they'll understand and they'll still do business with you, right? So we got to thank you. You're more than welcome. There will be a change and new dialogue. Um, Now, how to get new listings. Absolutely. You're right. Somebody said exactly. Absolutely, guys. So I want to encourage you, for those of you that's been stressed out about this, I wouldn't necessarily be stressed out about it. Don't be stressed out about it. Just educate yourself. Just make the adjustments. Make the adjustments. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. The world's not going to end. So, but this will kind of separate, agents that may not necessarily put enough effort in, that's maybe kind of lazy, not necessarily doing what they need to do now. This may push them out. This may push them out of the business. And if that's the case, hey, it's more business for us, right? It's more business for us. It's more business. Hey, William, what's going on? Man, I would love to hear your thoughts. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the recent verdict with NAR and the guilty verdict. So we got home sellers that were awarded a little under 1.6 billion. They're averaging that's about $1,500 per seller. That's a part of this whole lawsuit. That's me, Lolita. Not sure why my name is not showing. Oh, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good, Tanya. No problem. Haha, lazy agents. Well, just like lazy real estate investors, right? Especially with wholesaling. And listen, let me bring that up. When I started this business 14 years ago, I wasn't licensed. I was a wholesaler. I wholesaled for years, just hundreds and hundreds of deals I wholesaled, right? So over the last several years, they started making changes. And you have certain states that made a requirement. In order for you to wholesale, you need to be a licensed agent. You need to have your license. So even before it hit Texas, I went ahead and decided to get my license over 2 years ago because I knew that the changes were going to come. Prime example, right? So instead of me saying, "Oh, I'm not going to wholesale anymore. They just make all these changes and I can't make no money," I went and got my license and still able to do business and do deals, right? Even more now because I have more opportunities and more things that I can do. And by having a license, more credibility, just a lot of different things. So it's all about making the adjustment, guys. Don't let this scare you. Don't let it scare you. So let it motivate you, if anything, to say, okay, what can I do? Understanding that there are going to be more agents that's going to leave this business. Understanding, okay, if that's the case, man, how can I get more of this market share where I'm at in my target market area? And the best way to do that is your branding, is you being online, right? And marketing, always be marketing. What are you doing to set yourself apart? Educating yourself. So when you're talking to these prospects, they know you understand what you're talking about so you can get more business. And that's one of the things that I am teaching when it comes to short form videos, reels on next Tuesday. So I'm rolling right into that. If you guys want to go into the 2024 and you want to create better videos, short form videos, so you can have a better brand, you can track more attention, get more business, get more leads, then I want you guys to sign up. It's a free masterclass. I've already provided the link. So I think above this video, click on the link, go ahead and get registered. All right. It's going to be next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm going to be talking about a number of different things: getting comfortable on camera, how to record attention grabbing reels, the formula to use, to create effective content for your target market area, right? Which social media sites that you want to share these reels to, how often to post. You don't necessarily have to post every day. But guys, these are the things that you're going to have to do, especially with these changes. It's just like it's kind of forcing and pushing you. It's like, man, I don't want to do this. So for a lot of you, this is like, I don't want to do these videos. I don't want to do this. I've been hearing about this for the last 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years. I don't want to do this. And now there's coming some major changes within our industry that shows that if you do it, and if you do it the right way, you can really position yourself to be the authority and the expert, and to get more business and to scale your business. So that's what I'm going to be teaching and talking about on next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure to go ahead and register for that. We got somebody says the seller's perception is that we were inflating commissions, so they'll take that out on the listing agent. And again, as the listing agent, educate yourself. And it depends on how you angle the conversation with that particular prospect. If you get, not only get the business, but also get the full commission, right? So one way you can do that, I'll just throw this out here. One of the things you can do when you're talking to prospects, especially about selling, and they have a problem with commissions or whatever, you have to make them understand, listen, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for a while. This is where you educate them, right? So now, if you're going to put 0% commission on the MLS, then what's that's going to show every other agent is that you're not willing to pay them to bring a buyer. So what is that going to do? That's going to hurt you. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get what you want for the property and probably not sell it. So that's an angle, which is true. So there's a lot of different angles and a lot of different conversations that you can have with prospects, homeowners, when you have that conversation and when you talk to them, right? And again, Carla's creating a whole script, and she's going to run it by a broker to make sure that it's within the guidelines and we're doing what we need to do. She's modifying her script. She worked on it. She started on it today, modifying her script when she's talking to prospects. If they bring it up, she's going to already be prepared on what to share based off of what they come back with. And that's what you need to do. You need to prepare yourself. Don't be afraid. You need to prepare yourself. If you guys are interested in this script, let me know below. Say yes. So if you're interested in the script that Carla's creating to talk to prospects on listing appointments, and if they bring this up, if they bring this whole thing up and say they don't want to pay, they want 0 for buyer's commission. If you're interested in the script that she's creating, again, she's going to get approved through our broker. Type yes below. Let me know, and we'll work on getting that to you once it's approved. Okay. Let's see what else we got. They absolutely hate investors. You should hear what Jody and I had to deal with here. And I believe it. I believe it, William. I agree. Proper education and eliminating the us against them position they put most sellers and buyers in. Absolutely. Absolutely. Educate you guys. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. That's key. And you also want to get with a brokerage that, is knowledgeable, that can train you. You have the trainings in place. You have the information in place. You're staying, they'll keep you updated on what's going on so that you're better prepared for these changes that are here. They're here. So it's time to shift. That is 1000% accurate. That's it right there. That's it. We can go back and forth all night on the judgment, this. We can go back and forth, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We need to make the adjustments as the real estate professionals. We got yeses for the script. Awesome. Okay. William said the NAR has had way too much influence in lawmaking. Yeah, and that's a whole nother lie. That's a whole nother conversation with the NAR. It really is. But yeah, I have to agree with you on that. What else we got? The 80-20 rule. There we go. 80-20 rule still applies. I don't think it'll affect agents that work until interest rates plummet. It won't affect anyone. That's a good point. That's a good point. Where does the 1.5 billion come from? Brokerages, right? Who they sued. So from my understanding, if I'm wrong, please comment and let me know below. Tanya said, some agents have issues with you sharing their listings, even with acknowledgement, and all you're trying to do is bring them a buyer. It's really ridiculous. Yeah, some agents do. So, and we've dealt with some special ones as well. You just have to kind of, work with them or not, deal with them or not, Uh, but if you have one that you work with, you just kind of get through it, right? You work through it. We paid the 1.5 in dues. Right. That's Daryl. Absolutely. And then some. Tanya said, so it's zero for the buyer's agent. Well, they have the option. Some states in their MLSs and counties and cities, some of them do already have that option to put zero for the buyer's commission. Yep. Special. That is a good word. It is, William. Yeah, we do here in Tyler, but we are all in this together, is how I look at it. Absolutely. Who's that? Jana, a classmate. That's right, sister. We're all in this together. 100%. I couldn't have said it better myself. We are. And that's how we have to look at it as real estate professionals. We really are. So it's all about creating the win-wins and educating our prospects and our clients. The better we are at that, then you're going to have success. Let's see. Daryl said, just give private E&O insurance and forget about it. So funny. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much, what I wanted to share and kind of get you guys' thoughts. Like I said, I'm still kind of unpacking and asking questions myself, but it's very interesting. You know, this verdict is very interesting. It is, and it has impacted our industry, and I think it will continue to. But the good news is that if you are an agent that really takes this seriously, you really love what you do, you really love helping buyers and sellers, and you want to be good and you want to be better, then you're going to make the adjustments. That's it. William said, let's do a live sometime on agent shenanigans. I have an entire show on what we have dealt with over here the past year. Yes, that's a great idea, William, and I'm game. I got some stories as well. So, and I need to get Carl on that. Please send the script. All right. She's working on it. And once it's approved by a broker, then I'll let everybody here in the group know. But what I do want you guys to do, all right, if you're not busy on next Tuesday at 7:30, go ahead, register. We're going to be on for about an hour, maybe a little over an hour. I'm going to be talking about Reels to Deals. It's going to be a Reels to Deals masterclass. So I'm really going to break down the short form videos, creating the reels, the type of reels that are effective, guys, for your brand, to get engagement, to get you leads, that can ultimately get you deals, especially going into 2024. The type of content you need to be creating, not what you think you should be creating, not that, but actual content, things that you should be talking about that are effective. So who wants to be smarter going into 2024 with your marketing? Yeah, just, do a hand emoji or something, fire emoji, whatever in the comments. You just want to be smarter. So you just want your social media content and your efforts to be better, right? To get more engagement, right? To attract more of your prospects, me. So I'm one of them. And if you are, just type yes below and go ahead and click on the link and go ahead and register for the free masterclass. It's free. So once you guys register, I'll send you the link a day or two before, and I'm gonna break it down, guys. I'm gonna break it down for you. So things that have been working for us this year, for some of our colleagues in our organization, that's all they do. They don't do any type of paid advertising. All they do is videos, short form, long form, and they're killing it. 40, 50 plus, deals per year. So whether you YouTube or Instagram, Facebook. So I'm going to break it down. All right. And also, I'm going to deal with mindset and camera shyness. Some of you guys are still fearful about getting in front of this camera. I'm going to talk about that at the beginning, okay, at the start of the masterclass. So I'm going to share some things that's going to help those of you that still trying to get over that hump of getting in front of the camera. We're going to talk about that. All right. And then we're going to get into the meat of it. So click on that link and make sure. All right. Awesome. We got some fist bumps. We got some money emoji. That's what's up, right? We got some yeses. I have registered. Awesome. Yep. Looking good, Lo. Well, thank you. I'm trying to. Appreciate you, William. Much love. Tell Jody I said hi. I love you guys. Tanya said, I can't wait. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you spending time with me on this evening. I hope this was helpful in some way, but I do encourage you to go ahead and Google and read more on that verdict. All right. So you can understand what's going on because it seems like things are going to start changing and coming out every day or weekly now. So it's really going to be interesting to see all the changes that's going to start really happening. All right, guys. All right. As always, oh, hold on. We got somebody else. What we got? Every time, every time Democrats get in power, the DOJ looks for the industry that they think has the deepest pockets. They bully them just like the mafia in 96. It was tobacco. Then they went after Microsoft over the browser, and now they're after realtors. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your input. I'm not going to touch that, but I appreciate your feedback. All right. Post the registration link. It's at the top of this particular video. The link is there. Okay. The link should be there. If not, then I'll make sure and post it again once we get off this live. All right. Tanya said good night. See you next week. Awesome. All right, guys. Appreciate you. As always, take care. Take action.